with the second of the men's singles coming up next. Chen Long and B.Beckman. Jill has gone for the early bath. And I'm delighted to say Steen Petersen is alongside me, a long-time coach of Denmark, now involved in the Great Britain setup. No surprises to see China 2 up, but credit to the way the English players, both Rajafusov in the singles and then Akok and Ellis there in the men's doubles, fought to try and push the Chinese as much as possible.
Yeah, I think each played a good set, but you played an excellent first set, and obviously the second set here with Akok and Ellis quite promising, but also you must suspect that Kai Yun and Dongfeng felt quite secure.
Yeah, very entertaining, and as you say, they always were out in front now. In terms of world rankings, it was pretty tight in comparison. You know, obviously world number 1 pair of Fu and Kai, and then world number two, but obviously the reigning Olympic, Asian and world champion in Lin Dan, the superstar that he is here. Well, B.Beckman, world ranking outside the top 100, coming up against Chen Long, the world number 3.
It's a bit of an uneven matchup. But B.Beckman, one of the younger players in the Team England squad.
Yeah, well, I mean, in age terms, he's 24, so he's not young, but he's certainly inexperienced in terms of internationals, and he has 6 caps. 2 of those came in the qualifiers for the Thomas Cup. Here's Chen Long, world ranking number 3. A gold medal prospect for England? Is he got the possibility?
Definitely got the possibility, but he needs something good to happen to the way, from his point of view, to happen to Lin Dan or Li Chongwei, because I think he'll have trouble beating one of those.
Well, he's beaten Li Chongwei a few times, hasn't he, in the last 12 months? Here's B.Beckman, as I say, world rank 104. He comes from a good pedigree. His mum and dad were both very good badminton players. His mum played with Jill in the Uber Cup when they won the silver medal back in 1984. So he comes from good stock in terms of badminton's concerned. She won 84 caps, I say he's got a long way to try and match that. Chen Long, then world number 3. He's last match out was the Asian Badminton Championships, where he lost to Du Penggu in 3 sets. Lost in the semis of the Swiss Open, the Malaysian Open as well. Got to the quarters at the All England. But, really shone in a great stretch of victories in the second half of 2011. And this is uncharted territory really for B.Beckman. But I suppose the hope within the England camp is like the players that have come before him, that he can maybe try and rise to the occasion and lift his game.
Yeah, probably also a development purpose in this match. I think Ben is quite inexperienced in big events and also in big stadiums like this. Of course, the National Indoor Arena in Birmingham is a very, very big stadium, but
they got to the semi-finals of the National Championships, lost to Rajafusov a few months back now.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my left, England, represented by B.Beckman. And on my right, China, represented by Chen Long. England to serve, love all, play.
Well, a mismatch on paper. B.Beckman push Chen Long here.
Service over, 1 love.
He's bound to be feeling nervous, B.Beckman, but that'll make him feel a bit better.
Clever smash on the body, no chance of making mistakes on the sidelines.
I mean, really doesn't have anything to lose. If he takes a stuffing here, no one's going to raise their eyebrows, but you know, if he can push Chen Long, it really will be a great confidence booster. That's good.
That's good, yeah.
2, 1.
The thing with Chen Long is that you can always play a match with him. It's not like you're getting sort of extinguished with winning strokes.
Service for court. Service over. 2 all.
Well, unfortunate service foot fault from B.Beckman there. Levels it up at 2 all. Where would you put the, I know the world rankings say it's Chen Long at number 3 and Chen Jin at number 4, but at the moment you maybe would say Chen Jin is kind of been more in form.
Yeah, but I think he withdrew from India Open as soon as it was clear that Peter Gade was not going into the final. So I think he might have been a little bit injured and probably hasn't gotten over that yet. So I reckon that's why they feel Dongfeng Yu in the third men's singles that we're going to see later on. So I think it's actually quite fair that he's ranked number 3 in the world. Got a terrible experience in the Wembley Arena, by the way, where he lost in the World Championships to I think he's from Guatemala.
Kevin Corden.
Exactly. Terrible experience.
Yeah, well, Kevin Corden played some great matches that way. But yeah, no, it was a huge shock. But maybe a wake-up call, because after that, he won 3 Super Series events in a row.
Yeah. It's on the line.
6, 2.
If I had one of my singles players, that could be Simon Santoso, it could be Peter Gade, it could be Sho Sasaki or Kenichi Tago. In the Olympics, I would definitely choose this guy to play against because I think he might be a little bit more nervous than Lindan or Chen Jin based on their Olympic experience.
What's his weakness then? Is it purely mental?
I don't really know. It seems that he was kind of nervous and not exactly employing the right tactics in Wembley Arena. Perhaps he underestimated Kevin Corden a little bit and didn't manage to sort of get it going. It's going to be his first Olympics, and he's gonna feel the special Olympic nerve as well.
We will have the fourth match of Thomas Cup Group B men's singles in Group 3. Representing Japan, Takuma Ueda. Representing New Zealand, Luke Charlesworth.
Well, status quo as expected at the moment. 8 of the 10 points won by Chen Long. Beckman trying to stick in the rallies. Coming out second best like he did in that one.
Great play by Chen Long here, and it sort of shows his strong point. He's extremely solid. Ben isn't doing anything wrong. He's playing a beautiful rally, but unable to create any opportunities for himself, and probably not used to playing rallies that long and that pace.
Well, he's not playing any of the Super Series events. He's not playing that caliber of tournament. Ben Beckman. So, as you say, this is a caliber of player that he's not that used to. He did play at the Uber Cup, actually made his debut in 2008 for England at the Thomas Cup 4 years ago. So he had to wait a long time for way back into the international arena.
Service over, 10-3. Up.
11-3 at the interval. Obviously this is panning out as we thought it might do. Again, Jonassen there, one of your compatriots, trying to give the encouragement required. Your work at the moment, Steen, within the camp, how does that work?
It's a small part. I work a little bit with the national coaches and the high performance center coaches in England. But it's only been 2 or 3 times. So
Right.
no big deal.
I'm sure they see it a little differently. You're trying to play it down, but Chen Long at the moment, as you say, that he's playing a very solid game. It would be easy maybe to look at the caliber of opponent, and maybe, as you suggested, he did it at the World Championships, take your eye off the shuttle a little, but he's been very focused so far.
And that's probably something that he can use this last match against Kevin Corden to. I mean, the coaches just need to say the word Kevin to him, and then
Doesn't even
he'll
need
be
the
ready.
surname.
11-3. Play.
He actually lost one of his Thomas Cup qualifiers to one of the Vietnamese boys as well, which was a bit of an upset as well. So he is prone to them, but it doesn't look like he is here. Very attacking, very
great
much on the
play.
front foot.
12-3.
Very rarely gives away easy points, so psychologically very demanding playing him, because you have to make your own points all the time. So physically strong as well.
Well, that helps. A bit of luck maybe for Beckman.
Service over, 4-12.
We will have the third match of Uber Cup Group B Women's Singles in Court 4. Representing Chinese Taipei, Bai Xiaoma. Representing Netherlands, Yudi Malendas.
5-12.
Networking to the Englishman's favour in the last couple of points. I mean, there's nothing much else that Beckman could do. Try and limit the mistakes, maybe like the shot he just played. But from a coaching perspective, there's nothing really else you would say to him in the way he's playing.
I think he's been playing quite well. These last 2 shots has not been too good,
No.
but I would just tell him to just sort of keep it going and don't push it too much, make the easy mistakes, or be too sort of passive, because he has to play his own game, sort of take it as a
5.
development match.
There's no point trying to go toe to toe, is there really? Because it's going to be embarrassing otherwise, isn't it? Scampering to get to that one.
16-5.
So Rajavusev looking on just now, and just behind him, 19-year-old Toby Plenty, who'll be out in the final singles match, rubber number 5 against Du Penggu.
Totally in control, Chen Long.
5.
It was a good try, that one from B.Beckman. Fortunately from him, it's in the net. There's Chen Jin.
Rest day for him.
He tested the shuttles before the match. That was his job today.
Points in a row for Chen Long, just widens the gap.
Quite easy for Chen to score his points.
Well, 101 places between them in the world rankings doesn't lie, does it?
No.
You know, the gap between 1 and 19. Or 2 and 19, as the case is with Lindan. Sometimes think of him as the world #1 given his CV, but the gap there is maybe 17 places, but it's, you know, the standards are not so wide as the golf we're seeing here with 100 places between these players.
It's different levels they're playing on normally.
Well, yeah.
Beckman normally on the international challenge circuit.
Yeah, I mean, he's won, you know, an event or two on the Croatian International a couple of years ago. But there's international challenger events, and there's the Opens, there's Grand Prix Golds, and then the Super Series events, which of course Chen Long is playing in, or on a regular basis. So 15 game points for Chen Long. Credit to him, he's not put a foot wrong really. A pretty apt way to end the game. Moving the shuttle around nicely and then a body blow.
First game won by China, 21-5.
21-5 confirmation there from the umpire, Biraj Guniadi. That's a long way, isn't it, for the English team to travel. And it could all be over in 2 days. Tomorrow's match against Indonesia. I suppose they have a little bit more hope.
Definitely have a little bit more hope. They're drawn in the worst possible group.
You look at the draw, you got the finalists from 2010. Thank you very much, whoever did that.
The best team from the first 4 seeded teams and the best team from the 5 to 8 seeded teams. Then equals tough task.
You see the tattoos and then you see the name on his back of his shirt. Sometimes you get the feeling you might want to say Beckham rather than Beckman. It's Beckham who carried the Olympic torch a few days ago in the United Kingdom with Royal Highness Princess Anne. Some say he's like royalty anyway, but David Beckham. As one paper said, that really was Posh and Becks.
Perhaps even more people in the world knowing who David Beckham is than Princess Anne.
I mean, not taking this game, for example, but, you know, you look at Commonwealth Games and British performances in general here. Obviously, they're up against the world's best in China, 5 times in a row, Thomas Cup winners. But there's no doubt about it, Britain, England have fallen back even on a European stage behind the Danes and now maybe even the Germans as well. How do they retrieve that situation?
Yeah, it's quite difficult because it's going to take a couple of years or even more, because it takes time to develop, and you're right. Things have changed a little bit in the top of European badminton, where earlier on it was natural that teams like England and Sweden were at the top together with Denmark, but now it's Russia, Germany, and Denmark, and then the English men's team are just clinging on to it.
You've got someone like Nathan Robertson, who's just about to retire. Nathan Clark, who has just retired. Which is why I think these experiences, even though it's going to be damning in terms of statistics and points, it's going to be not a futile exercise, this, for Ben-Beckman.
No. Hopefully, the more inexperienced the English players are going home with the feeling that we want to do more than this. We want to improve. We want to be able to compete at the highest level and go back home and find motivation for practicing real hard for a number of years. Because this guy in the picture here, he's been practicing hard for many years.
But what is it that the Germans and obviously the Danes as well have done then in the 10 years prior?
It's difficult to say. I'm not sure I can answer that
question.
question.
It's a difficult question, I know.
Yeah. It seems that Britain hasn't really been able to produce any top quality men's singles players for a while. You mentioned Anthony Clark and Nathan Robertson in the doubles, and there's obviously been a lot of focus on that. And
with mixed doubles, you know, you'd have thought, you know, that silver medal that Nathan won with Gail Ems at the Olympics, it would have been an inspiration for the next generation coming up, but it seems to be the high, really, of what's been the last decade.
Yeah, but it probably has been an inspiration. It just takes some years before you see it, and the thing is that you have to work correct for quite a number of years. 6, 7, 8 years you have to work correctly in the right direction to produce results.
Britain have got the same story in tennis, haven't they, really? I mean, they've got now a crop of young ladies coming through that maybe in the next 4 or 5 years can compete in the high part of the world stage, but there's been a dearth of particularly ladies British tennis players on the world stage. There's players like Laura Robson and others now that maybe are going to come through and compete on the international stage.
And it's hard if you've lost your your top players in your country, and the level has been lowered quite a bit, because you have to tread the path yourself, take all the new steps. It's a little bit easier for instance, the Danish men's singles, who still has Peter Gay to practice with, and they can go to quite a high level, and then he will retire and they're ready to take over. But for instance, in ladies singles, that's not the case with the Danish players, and it's really tough to go the way yourself.
Well, Chris Adcock texting back home. I think he should be texting. He put up a pretty good display with Andy Ellis.
What a great rally here.
Service over.
What a great rally.
4-7.
Lots of changes in attack and defense. Perhaps the best rally Ben Beckman has ever played in his life.
Yeah, fabulous shot to end it, wasn't it? Really got there though, didn't he, Chen Long?
Yeah. And it's just showing us how solid a player he is. Very, very close to returning that slice with quality and keeping the rally going.
Well, a little tighter in this second game than it was in the first. 7-4 now, the lead to Chen Long here.
Five.
7-5.
7.
That's probably the closest we're going to get in terms of unforced errors from Chen Long. Getting a little bit greedy on the tape.
Oh, missed opportunity that for Ben.
Service over. 8-5.
But even if that had passed the net, he should know that the rally was far from over. It was perhaps in the middle, because Chen Long is getting almost everything back.
Problem as well here for Ben Beckman. I'm not saying that he's not fit, but he's not maybe used to the intensity of the opponent that he's facing here. So as this game progresses, his legs are going to start feeling a little heavier as well.
Definitely. Chen Long is used to playing at an even higher pace because he's used to practicing against Lin Dan and Chen Jin, Du Pingyu.
Just Long.
10-5.
Backhand. Really strong
11-5.
flat game here from Chen Long. One of his best areas, in my opinion. Apart from being extremely solid and
Like you did in the long run.
good in the defense.
Those are better than you keep forcing it, because then it just hangs back and you run like this all the time. Otherwise, keep using those drop shots of yours, even from a good position, and hold it. You had that one. The next time from around the head. Straight. Yeah? Okay? Drop or a slice. Drop. Yeah.
Court 1, 20 seconds.
Correct.
Court 1, 20
The set.
seconds.
Well, not easy to pick up what Kenneth was saying to Ben there, but yeah, I heard picked up him saying to try and use the drop shot when he could.
Yeah, use a lot of slices and drop shots. I think he wants them to attack a little bit less because
Chen.
it's too easy if Chen Long knows exactly that if he lifts a little bit short, the attack will be
11,
coming, so he won't really
5.
gain anything from it. So we wanted him to be a little bit more patient.
Play.
China closing in on victory here. Of course, if Chen Long takes this match, it will be an unassailable 3-0 lead.
12-5. 13, 5.
Tough thing for England is that Chen Long is producing high quality shots all the time. Ben is also producing high quality shots, but there's weaker shots in between and they get punished. It's going to go wide.
Well, 7 points in a row from Chen Long. China closing in.
There was a long rally there at 7-4, from 7-4 to 7-5, wasn't there? Wasn't that the long rally? I think so.
Yeah. You said he played the best, probably rally of his life.
Sort of killed his leg a little bit.
We will have the fifth match of Yucatan Group Stage. Women's single in court 2.
Really fast racket movement from Chen Long.
Representing Australia, Wendy Chen.
Ben has had some difficulties in the backhand side regarding his defense.
Well, missed that one by a long way.
16, 5.
We will have the fifth match of Thomas Cup Group B, men's doubles in court 3. Representing Japan, Hirohasu Hashimoto.
Great follow up there from Chen Long.
Noriyasu Hirata.
17,
Representing New
5.
Zealand, James Wilson, Michael Fokker.
Actually a good chance it would have gone long had it not hit B.Beckman on the chin.
Well, he's definitely got fatigue creeping in here.
5.
Standing in the middle of the court and not being able to kill it on Chen Long, and that's of course frustrating, but that's part of Chen Long's game plan. It's really challenging psychologically playing him because you know that you're not going to get any easy points.
Well, match points have arrived for Chen Long.
Match point 5.
Looks like he can have a very nice and consistent 21-5, 21-5. Well, off the floor to keep it going. Points in a row to close the deal. Chen Long with victory over B.Beckman means that China have won their first match in the 2012 Thomas Cup. We will see the next two rubbers, but 3-0 it is now after victories for Kai and Fu in the men's doubles and of course Lin Dan in the first of the men's singles. Accomplished display from the world number 3. To pick himself up off the floor in this rally. There we go. Oh. Bounced up pretty quick though.
there were some glimpses that showed us that he can actually play even faster if that's needed. It sounds strange having won 21-5, 21-5 that he actually could play faster, but I'm positive that that's actually the case.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. 21-5, 21-5, indeed the score in just over half an hour. B.Beckman, I think, just running out of puff there towards the end. Have a look at the statistics. Just one high serve from Chen Long. I suppose he didn't have to mix it up too much. He had a winning form, he was going to stick to it.
Yeah, he'd like Ben to attack him on the serve so he could sort of get his style of play going. So no problem in that.
We saw Chris Adcock texting before. Might have been with Gabby White, because I'm hearing Gabby White has won her event with Marcus Ellis in Portugal. That's his fiancée, isn't it?
She won in Portugal, but that was
no,
weeks
sorry,
ago.
they won in Spain after winning.
Today,
yeah, after winning in Portugal. Beg your pardon. So they got, I think they got engaged just about a year ago, didn't they? So there we go. Comfortable for Chen Long in the second of the men's singles. Straight games all the way for China, who now have that unassailable 3-0 lead over England.